Alright, we got some catfish here today. We're going to do a little catfish cleaning video. We'll do old school catfish cleaning. The way we used to do it, the way our grandpas did it. Alright, here we go. We got some couple blue cats we're going to dress and a big flathead. We're going to do them old school. We're not going to fillet these fish. We're going to cut them up to steaks. Do it like the old timers used to do it. Well, they had all these fancy electric knives and all that stuff. Show y'all right here above this fin. There's a bone comes down in there. You can see it right there, and you can see it on this side too. But what we would always do, I was taught, is to grab that bone and break it, and take that skinner's skin on down like that right there. I know a lot of people know how to skin a catfish, but there's a lot of people probably that ain't never skinned a catfish, so we're gonna skin some. I like steaks anyways. So get that bone on both sides, come on down with it like that. We always like the hook. Y'all can see that stainless hook. I built that hook years ago. Seen people put them on nails and all kind of stuff, but I like a hook like that you can just hang them up on. So all the way down to the tail, skinned out. Now here, you can score this if you want, or you can just grab it like that right there and pull it up. But if you go to pulling it up like that right there, you can reach right in there tight and grab it. And just use them skinners and kind of pry that skin out of there. Like that right there. This fin here, these two fins, you can just grab one of them with your skinners and tear that off like that right there. Same thing right here. I'm just going to grab up under there with my skinners, and I'm going to go to prying the other way, and look how that peels right off of there. I'll get it on the other side and pry backwards. Get over here where y'all can see. Get under that one, pry back that way, and grab all that. Another thing right here, there's a bone right there. It comes up to this fin right here. You take them skinners, reach right in there, and crack that bone. And then reach in there and pull that out of there. Like that. Then you can slide them skinners down over that fin there. You can come upwards like that. Sometimes works better. Or you can reach in there, kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit, and pull all that out of there. Like that. Get rid of that bone up in there. Make sure you get all that fin bone out. There's a little bit right there. Take that out. Get out there. Alright. That one's skinned. Alright, we got old Mr. Flathead here. Get him skinned same way. He's got a bone right here above his fin. Just grab that bone with them skinners and get started on both sides. I'll swap over here. You see that bone right there. Flathead's a little easier to skin than a blue cat is. And you can do this the same way. They're a little harder to grab, but you can reach up under there. Reach up under that skin, or you can score it, whichever you want to do. The way I was taught to do it like that right there. Same. We get some comments every once in a while. About once or twice a video we get a comment, man, you wasting too much meat. Y'all wasting too much. Well, you know, used to, my daddy would say the same thing. He'd say, We ain't filleting nothing. We ain't filleting nothing. We're gonna skin them all. And then he started realizing that I was gonna catch a good bit of fish. And we come in there one day with about 350 pounds of channel cats, and he said, I think we'll fillet these fish. I said, yeah, I think so, because we're going to be here a while skinning them if we don't. So that's how that goes. So you can call it wasting if you want, but if they ruin before you get them all skinned, I'd much rather fillet them and salvage as much as I can than I had to do it any other way. But now if I had one or two fish and that's all I caught, this right here is probably what I would do, which is what used to happen. You know, we've advanced a lot with our fishing, or even our net fishing's advanced a lot over the years. And used to, they'd come in with a few head, and they had to salvage everything, you know. Might be feeding other families and neighbors, whatever. But on a commercial scale, or to get things done in our busy world, you know, we work. This ain't what we do for a living. We definitely would go broke probably fishing for a living, but we work, so we do best we can with it. That one's skint. There's those fins right there. I was telling you, you can just grab and just pull them out, or you can cut them out, whatever you want to do. Like that. We'll get them cut up. Alright, I'm going to start on this blue cat. We'll come in here right behind that gill plate and make a cut right there on both sides, like that. And then split the belly open. And we'll take this right here, head, put it right on the corner of that table. And we'll just break that spine, twist that off. Get rid of that. I'm gonna take my skinners right here, pull all that out, and we'll reach in there and grab that liver, all that innards, and pull all them innards out right there, right down into our bucket. Get rid of all that, just like so. Alright, now we're going to take this flathead right in there behind that gill plate, same way as the blue cat. Cut all that loose and cut the belly open. Ain't the prettiest of sights, but guess what? All meat, if you eat any meat, sooner or later it comes from something like this, so it is what it is. Hide it and you'll have yuppie youngins. So, alright, take that head same way. Pop that head, that spine, on the corner of that table, same way. Cut a little bit on each side, get some of that meat cut loose. Don't want to lose that good meat up there on that flathead. That's a lot of good meat up there. So, give her a little twist right there. It'll come off. Tell you what, we'll take that knife and get right in there. Get a little bit of that out. Take them skinners, get in there. Get all that liver and such out of there. All them innards. Alright. That's good enough. Alright, there they are. Three catfish dressed. So I'm gonna start out with this blue cat right here, show y'all what I do. I'm gonna start out by removing this fin right here, and I'm gonna take right in here beside it and just score that meat right there on both sides, just like that. I'm not cutting the bone now, just right in there beside the bone. And then I'll take those skinners on the small end there and just go to turning them out, pulling out a little bit. And you can see all them bones come out of there. That's getting rid of that fin. Now, I don't remove them on whole fryers, but if I'm going to steak up a catfish, I don't want to cut them little bitty bones. So I'm going to steak this bad boy up. So I'm going to take here's your catfish nuggets right there. I'm going to take them off. I'm going to come up with little to no waste on this fish, just for some of them viewers. Alright, here's what I do different. You see fish markets just steak these bad boys up with a saw or machete or hatchet or cleaver. I go in at an angle because the backbone is at an angle. And then run that knife up, turn it, and go back. And you see it's kind of like a 45 and a 45 cut. And then on a bigger fish piece like that, tail piece, I'm gonna cut me a couple little strips in it like that so it fries up good. And then I'm gonna come up here about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and I'm gonna make me another one just like that. Catfish steaks right there. And I'm gonna tell you what, if you ain't ate catfish steaks, you missed out. It just don't get no better than that to me. That's probably my favorite way. We get in a hurry sometimes. You're right, we're wasting a little bit, but we don't waste much. We get in a hurry sometimes, and sometimes it's good to go back to our roots, and that's our roots. That's what I grew up eating right there, was them catfish steaks. Like that. That's pretty ones. But that's how I was taught to steak them up right there. Just like that. Every once in a while you get a hold of a joint that's just not easy, but that's alright. Now what I do when I get up here to this piece, yeah, you can fry that, whatever. I just go on and just take the rest of this meat off of it. And that's just me. I do it just like that. I'm not taking that red meat with me. That's no good. That's just a boneless chunk. Now you could cut another steak out of that if you wanted to, but you got them little rib bones and stuff in there. I just like to do it just like that. That's one staked up blue cat. And if you want to keep that, I'm not keeping that. It's just some ribs or whatever, but if you wanted to keep that, that'd be zero waste right there. So there you go. Flathead. We want to take this belly meat out of there. Now you can get on the inside of these ribs like I just did and just follow them ribs right on out like that. Don't beat me up in the videos. Don't say I'm wasting meat because I followed them ribs. I mean, I got it all. I can feel the knife hitting them ribs right there. So don't say I'm wasting meat in this video. And I'm going to tell you, when we're doing it with a fillet knife, on these flatheads especially, we're getting the belly and everything off of them. That's one of the better parts. A lot of people's favorite parts on the flathead is that belly. I said we're going to do this in the old school way. Everybody wants boneless flathead, but on this one I wouldn't save that tail. I'd just break his tail off like that with them pinchers, with them skinners, just like that. I'm going to start staking it up. Just like that. Catfish steaks.
The booger man's here.
Look at that big old catfish steak. Old school, look at that. That's pretty right there. She thinks she done found somebody, don't she?
They're on the highway.
Alright. Now we could keep on staking that. I'm not going to on this flathead. I could get a few more off of it. But I'm not. I'm going right down. And I'm going to take this off boneless. Right there. Just because that's the way I always did them. Some of them might would have chopped that up with a meat cleaver, but I don't really like all them little chopped up bones in my fish, to be honest about it. But I've seen them done every kind of way. Look there. We ain't leaving much on there. Alright, I like to shave a little bit of that red meat out of there, off that corner, like that. I'll take a little bit off of that, right there. And then we're just going to cut this across the grain right there. Just a few boneless steaks out of him. Look at that. Y'all can see right here, you can see the grain running this away. I just don't personally like to cut with the grain, so that's why when I say I cut my steaks across the grain, you can see I'm cutting across them right there. You can see how it cross cuts those grain, and those pieces of catfish like it's roughly 3/4 inch thick probably, but that'll fry up nice right there. So when I say across the grain, that's what I'm meaning. That little bit of fat out of there. We don't need that. Alright, we're going to take this little bad section right there out. This is the belly meat on the flathead. Trim it just a little bit. But right here, it's a little fatty piece right there. Right here we'll just start. Right here, I've had asked too, do we pull this skin? I've heard of people skinning this inner. That skin don't hurt nothing. All it does is just when that fries, it'll make it kind of curl up into a half moon shape. But there's nothing wrong with that. It won't hurt a thing. That's how we do it right there. We'll trim this edge, cut that fat off of there. Get rid of that. A little bit of fat right here, take that off. That one's ready to cut up. Same way. Go to trimming them edges. Just like that. We got our steaks right here. Our boneless flathead right there. All good fish. Alright, we got plenty of cooking videos on how to cook these up, so y'all be sure to check them out. But that's how we do it old school. Skinning them, staking them out. That's going to be it for this one. God's Country Hunting and Fishing, keeping it real.
Till next time.